Okay, Iowan gal. So he plays this one on the bass banjo, aka the bass Joe. I don't own one of those, so this will have to do. So we start with what I'm going to call the main riff, and in my opinion this is definitely the hardest part of the song, so if you can get this down, like the rest of the song is a breeze. Okay, to slow that down a bit. Okay, so we're going to start with a slap on A10, and then open G pop, and there's a ton of those in this song. Okay, and then a muted slap on the D string, open D slap, hammer on 10, hammer on 12, and then open G pop, hammer on 10, hammer on 12. Okay, so all together, so far we have. Up next we have a slap on G12, bend up. Open G pop after that. And that pop right after the, it just like barely kind of squeaks out there when the, when this riff is played up to speed. And up next we have another one of those. Alright, so all together we have. So when you're playing this riff up to the speed of the song, it's really hard to get all of those notes to ring out perfectly clear, so it's kind of fine if those hammer-on notes, if those sound kind of quiet, kind of jumbled, for lack of better phrasing. But what's more important is to nail the. And the ending of the main riff is going to be like. So open D slap, hammer onto 10, open G pop, and then another little slap on D10. Down here to do a open D, well, same thing, just at 9. So to sidetrack here a little bit, the right hand feel during this part is going to be like, so 2 slaps and a pop. A lot of the song is going to be like that, but getting that feel down in your right hand is going to help out tremendously if you're looking to learn do it twang stuff. Yeah, anyway. So we're going to do that again at A9 and then A10, but at A10 we are not going to hammer on from open A, so it's not, that hammer on is going to be from 9, so instead it's going to be like, so. Alright, and then we have one round of the verse riff before the lyrics come in. And the verse riff is going to kind of differ on the record versus live performances. So live it's a little more kind of simple, just like slap pop, kind of more straightforward, whereas like on the record there's kind of more like muted notes and such. But to go over live first. So yeah, pretty much just some note, slap, open G pop, repeat. So we're going to start with E3, A5, D5 slide to 7, D5, and then we're going to slap G5, G4, D4, D5. However, on Of Whales and Woe, it's a little more like this. Okay, to slow that down a bit. Alright, so start with E3 slap, and then muted slap on A, and then A3 hammer on 5, a bit different. Muted slap on D, and then, you know, the D5 slide to 7, 5 on D. So that 4 times, and then, so, you know, slap open G, hammer on to G5, whoops, and then pop G5, same thing on 4, open D slap, hammer on to 4, open G pop, slap on 4, then 4 hammer on 5. So, in this track, those two riffs, main riff and verse riff, are just kind of go back and forth until the this lower riff comes in around 140. So what we got here is open E slap, hammer onto 3, G pop, slap the 3 right after that. So, and then, you know, at the end of that, just a 3 with a pop. So at 150, we're going to start jumping around here. So the right hand feel during this part is just that, okay, and then there's, these are pretty much all going to have like a hammer on from an open string in it, so a lot of hammer-ons here. So we're going to start this with A3, A2, E2, E3, but kind of like how we've been doing before, instead of open E to 3, we're going to do E2 to 3. Okay, so alright, and then A3, A5, A3, A2, so far. Okay, and then we're going to do 3, 2, 3, 5. That's going to be the next little chunk. Alright, next little chunk here. It's going to be A357, 5, and then up here to 10. Hang out on A10 a little bit there. So. Like so. And then we're going to do another round of the main riff. Alright, and then we're going to start doing that kind of hammer-on, jumping around, but up here. And we're going to start that with A10, D9, A10, A10, then A10, D9, D10, A10, so all together. And then another A10, D9, A10, A10. So far. Okay, next little chunk here is going to be A10, D9, D10, D9, and then D10, 12, 10, 9. And then we're going to go back and forth on D, 10, and 9 before A. So A9, and then 9, hammer on 10. And then we got some sort of thing here like. So slow down a bit. Okay, so A10 slap, open G pop, and then 2 muted slaps on a, I'm not really sure which string, let's just say the D string, and then G12 pop, 2 more muted slaps, and then slap D10, G pop, D9, G pop. So we're going to play 2 of those. Next at 2:30 we're going to return to the lower riff, only it's going to be simpler. It's just going to be E3 slap, G pop, and that's it. It's just going to be. Okay, so now we return to jumping around on the A string here. So we're going to start with 3, 2, 3, 5, and then 3, 2, 7, 5. So next A3, 2, 3. Then that's kind of a muted note thing before returning to the simple E3. So that's going to go kind of like this. Okay, so next we're going to go into the final verse and then kind of hang out on here for a little bit. And then close the song off with a D5 pop there. So yeah, that's about it. Iowan gal.